I don't know if there's enough coffee in the world for another taped show from World Wrestling Entertainment, but that's what we're getting tonight. Another taped WWE RAW, another taped show. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My amplified unit salute. This is Amped Up with BC for Monday, the 23rd of December. A couple of days away from Christmas. Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever it is that y'all say. Salute. Celebrate something, will ya? Celebrate yourselves if you celebrate nothing else. BC, that's called birthday. All right, we'll have another one of those. But for tonight, it is a tape show. And that's fine by me. My Green Bay Packers are on Monday Night Football. Big game against the Saints from New Orleans. So that'll be on the main big screen. I will be catching Raw as well for due diligence purposes. But for all intents and purposes, this is going to be the review. This is a spoilers and results for those catching this before Raw. Because yes, this is going up a few hours before Raw. How do I have the results? Because it was, yes, taped last Monday from Boston. So it'll be a spoiler / results / review for a lot of you guys. Most of you will be catching this after Raw, however, over the next 24 to 48 hours. So, for you guys, it'll be a straight-up review. Keep in mind, because this is a spoilers edition, results only, what is on paper, some things might be taken off the show, some things may be added on, some things might be rearranged, like we don't know the exact particular order. So, just keep that in mind. We're just going over what the spoilers are, what we can expect tonight, and I'm trying to save you guys 2 hours. Right before Christmas, I know those are crucial hours for you guys, prime time on a Monday. I'm trying to save you 2 hours because this show has everything I told you Friday night's tape show had. It's a taped Christmas show. You're going to get Santa Claus. A wrestler dressed as Santa. You got that Friday in Braun Strowman. You got it again this week with J.D. McDoogleBurger. He's mixed Santa Claus. And you're going to have rematches, a bunch of rematches. You got Sami Zayn and Drew on this show. You got Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio on this show. You got... we'll go over it. It's... rematches, randomness, right? You're going to have a lot of randomness. Just Hunter Hearst Helmsley just going, you go out there. But I'm a heel, sir. It doesn't matter. You're a wrestler. Just go do wrestling things. Okay, sir. You're going to get a lot of that. We'll go over it. For those saying, oh, BC, I know there's a lot of tape shows, but this is Hunter Claus. He wants to give everybody Christmas off, basically, BC. He's being very generous. He's a good Samaritan. He should get the Good Samaritan of the Year award, BC. Not the case at all, guys. This is all business. I went over this for 10 minutes on Friday's review. Spoilers / review, because that was also taped. But I already went over this. But the condensed version is they started taping these shows in October, guys. This is like the 12th or 13th tape show. Friday night show when everybody was saying, wow, Hunter's so awesome, man. He gave everybody Christmas off. That was Friday the 20th. It was recorded on the 13th, taped, and it was shown on the 20th. What holiday is on the 20th? You got NFL. NFL players have to play on Christmas and Thanksgiving. NBA plays on Thanksgiving. Pro wrestlers can't put on a television show on Monday night or on a Friday night, bare minimum, last Friday. They can't put on a television show, and then everybody goes home for a week. It's the Friday. It's almost a week before Christmas. What are you? It's a television show. Football players are going out there and putting their life and limb on the line. It boggles my mind. We're just willing to just... If this was Vince taping all these shows, you'd rip it apart. Because it's Hunter, he's all of a sudden generous. He's a good Samaritan. Then why aren't you keeping that same energy the day after Christmas when everybody has to hit the road? A lot of wrestlers have to go the night of Christmas so there's no delays, right? Inclement weather. They cannot afford to have any delays or cancellations. So a lot of talent has to fly out the night of Christmas, most the very next morning early. Why? Because Hunter's running shows immediately following Christmas. Wouldn't you rather have those days off than 6 days before Christmas? Right? Wouldn't you rather do that SmackDown and then have the whole week off? But that's what I mean. This isn't Hunter being a good Samaritan. If he was, he would let all the families be together after Christmas so they can play with all the toys that the kids just got, digest their food, and spend that family time. No. The easier business, the better business is just tape the shows beforehand and then get right back at it immediately following Christmas. So let me just clear that up again. Same thing we did on Friday. But I know, trust me, everybody's drinking the Hunter Kool-Aid. So no matter what Hunter does, it's just, he's such a good person. That Hunter Helmsley. What a good person that dude is. It's funny, remember when he just admitted recently in a documentary, I forgot what it was. Was it the Vince doc? Maybe it was the Mr. McMahon one. He's like, yeah, it was me who took Test out of the storyline with Stephanie. And I'm like, dude, that is a scummy thing to do. You took another wrestler. You're just a wrestler yourself. Vince just let you into the room. And you took this dude out of the story with Stephanie. He put himself in the storyline. And then the second he was in there, he started putting the moves on Steph while he was in a relationship with Chyna. And do you know what people literally, guys, no joke, they're like, well, basically, I mean, Test wasn't going to make that storyline good. H was better for it. You don't know. Test was actually damn good. Test was entertaining, man. Test needed that chance, but it's hard to get that when you have other wrestlers inside Vince McMahon's office and inside Vince's ear literally taking the talent off of storylines. You're supposed to be one of the boys at that point. But he put himself in that storyline, and people were just like, Test wouldn't have been as good. You're missing the point. That's still not a cool thing to do, man. That's actually really grimy. And then once he got into that storyline, while he's with Chyna, he starts putting the moves on the boss's daughter. I mean, at that point, you're in, you know what I mean? You can really be in tight with Vince. If, I don't know, one day you would have married the boss's daughter. Well, that happened. Poor Chyna was never the same. But again, you know what everyone said? Oh, so many people, not everybody, thankfully, but you know what so many people said? Oh, well, you can't stop true love, basically. It was true love. True love. That's why we cheat. True love. My point is, this dude can do no wrong, man. Every single grimy thing he does or everything he does that's strictly business will somehow contort it and twist it into some Good Samaritan holiday shit. So 13 tape shows dating back from October is because Hunter wants to give the boys and gals some Christmas time off. Oh, man. It's so obnoxious. Anyway, this is a tape show. Can you tell how thrilled I am? My Packers are on tonight. That's all that matters to me. Go Pack, go. At least I'm going to be thoroughly entertained. So WWE can put on the usual type of shit show they usually do on Monday, whether it's taped or not. The only difference now is it's going to be even more soulless, even more lifeless. So let's rock it out. Again, this is the spoilers and results. By the time a lot of you guys catch this, the show will already be off the air, so you'll know what actually made air, what got taken out, what arrangement it was in. So we're going to kind of be all over the place. We don't know the exact arrangement. But most of this should be in place, actually. I got most of this from the folks over at Fightful, and I believe they did their best to try to order this properly. So, and before I kick off, I do want to give a big shout out to Amplified Unit member Clint Green with that 10 spot. Super chat, super thanks in our last upload, the SmackDown Spoilers Review. Clint Green, I appreciate those words big time, man. Thank you for making this your one-stop destination. You know, and this goes for a lot of you guys that tell me this. You know, if there's one review or if there's one show you're going to catch, one channel you're going to stop by, you ain't got a lot of time, you're going to make it BC's. And that means so much to me that you guys trust me to be your number one source for all of this wrestling stuff. I appreciate it big time. Clint Green, I can't thank you enough, but what I will do is salute you properly. Salute, dude. Appreciate you big time. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever in the world you celebrate it Amplified style. Clint Green, man, is basically sponsoring this upload. How do you like that? Awesome. Love to see it. Always appreciate it, guys. Never needed. All of this content for the holidays and beyond is all free for you guys. This is free content. However, for my channel members, I will be doing more in 2025, members only content. So we played around a little bit with our last live stream. That was a lot of fun, and that's a cool little thing just for my members. I really dug that. That was kind of cool. I want to do more of that. So channel members, gold card, diamond card, and my coffee club card. You guys will have access to members only content. But for the most part, guys, all of the content is all going to be up on the channel as per usual, all totally free. The only thing I ask, smash that up, help out the algorithm. That's the deal. If the tube isn't going to push the channel, then we'll push it ourselves, right? We'll get out of the car. We'll start pushing ourselves, whether they like it or not. All right, guys, that's it. Go Pack Go, as I said. Big Green Bay game tonight, so at least I'm not that irate that it's another tape show, 2 hours that I have to do notes and try to find some semblance of care into this, but I don't have to do that now. I can get over this now with you guys, talk all about it. I don't got to worry about it afterwards or talk about it tomorrow morning and edit tomorrow. No, I didn't got to do any of that. We can get it all done right now. So you know what? I'm going to start looking at these tape shows as a good thing because it usually sucks anyway. So if we can get it done earlier, let's do it. This show is going to start off with a Drew McIntyre. We think it's going to start off anyway. Either way, it's going to be on the show tonight, this, all right? They could flip-flop the order. But Drew Mac is going to cut a promo on CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And the fans for cheering for them. So Drew is pissed at Punk, Roman, and the fans. And then Sami Zayn is going to interrupt. And we have a back and forth promo between the two. And then come on, you know what they do. After Sami and Drew talk a little bit back and forth, come on, it's a Hunter Hearst Helmsley production. He only knows one trick. They brawl. That's right, they brawl. I wonder if it's a pull apart. It doesn't say here. In Fightful's report, it doesn't say if it's a pull them apart, right? That's what they just do that nonstop, 2-3 times a show now. The referees, the suits and ties, they pull them apart, but it doesn't say if it's a pull them apart. But they brawl. This is going to bring out Jason Uso to help save Sami, and then they fend off the dastardly Drew McIntyre. So I don't know why Sami needed help, right? It's a one-on-one brawl. I'm not seeing that the bootleg bloodline was involved in this segment, but maybe. But Jason Uso, for some reason, has to help Sami Zayn. And then the main event is set for later in the night. It's going to be a rematch, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. If that excites you guys, golf clap. Awesome. I can tell you there's a lot of fans, a lot of people watching like BC, that's just not going to excite us. Another match with the Drew and Sami. And I'm not just talking about a rematch from Saturday night's main event, I believe. Guys, I'm talking about they've had 36 matches before that on TV, around the world, if you caught a live event, on PLEs. So here we are ending the year on a tape show, mind you, and that's what we have to wait 2 hours for. Another match between these two. And the recent one was just last Saturday night's main event. That's what I mean. If you're going to book trash, you can't be shocked when people talk about it as if it's trash. And then the women's IC title tourney, triple threat, is going to take place. Iyo Sky is going to replace Kari. Remember last week, Kari was taken out by PFC. I always forget what that stands for. Pure Fiction Confusion. No. That's Hunter's booking. It has nothing to do with confusion. Pure conflicted. Pure concentrated. Pure constipated. No, constipated Corbin. No, was he No, he was constable, not constipated. I don't know where we're going now. What are they called, man? No, for all seriousness, all joke aside. Pure fiction. Pure fusion. Connection. Collection. I don't know. I really don't. I'll never get that. I don't know why. They pick such a weird name that I just cannot roll off the tongue. But whatever it is, Kairi was taken out last week. Iyo's going to replace her. Iyo is going to defeat Nattie Neidhart and Alba Fire. So at least we get to see Nattie's knockers, right? Those puppies are always a joy to see. Send those puppies out. They're always accepted. I mean, what do you want me to? What else? All kidding aside, what are we supposed to say, guys? I mean, I love Iyo. You know that. A triple Iyo, Alba Fire. When's the last time Alba Fire's been relevant, even with tag titles? Nattie Neidhart. I mean, as much as we have fun and we talk about the Nattie knockers, right? Those knockers might be the best there is, was, and ever will be. It's possible. But Nattie, even when they try to make her relevant by plucking her from obscurity, because she's been in obscurity for so long, it never manifests, it never connects. So now you have a match where Alba and Nattie are in the same match together. And we're hoping that Iyo will just be enough to just get us all excited into this match. I don't know, man. On paper, I don't know how this is going to make people go, damn, I got to see this. Unless they really, really love Nattie's knockers. Which, okay, understandable. Iyo advances. And then you have Alpha Academy and R-Truth. They have backstage words with American Made and P.D. Dunne. I can already see what's going to happen. What is said in this, guy? What do you think is going to be said? It's Gable and American Made with P.D. Dunne exchanging words with Alpha Academy, Otis, Tozawa, Maxine, and R-Truth. You know, P.D. Dunne is still going to be furious that R-Truth is calling him Butch. It'll be 9 months of this storyline. We'll all say Hunter is cooking and it's long-term storytelling, while most of us, if not already put to sleep in the second week of this story, or put our dome pieces through a brick wall, we will hope that Hunter will put this storyline into a brick wall or to sleep. It's done. Nobody cares about P.D. Dunne being called Butch. If that's the best you got to get P.D. Dunne on the map, it's safe to say if Hunter was cooking, it's done. He already burnt the kitchen down. And this, in case you're wondering, this leads to a match, Gable defeating Tozawa via submission. Gable refuses to break the hold, so Otis comes out for the save for Tozawa. So this is obviously setting up Otis and Gable again. They botched this horribly when Otis broke up with Gable and they went their separate ways, and that little push, that's what it should have been something so monumental. Everybody was so pumped up for that turn, and Otis just shoves him a little, and instead of a really kick-ass feud after that, Hunter just threw Chad Gable with the Creed brothers and had him go against the Wyatts for 2 months. Totally did nothing with Otis and Alpha Academy. And here we are months later, and they were just in a backstage segment last week, which led to all these random matchups. It's long-term storytelling, Beasley. The story is they just came back to it in 5 months. That's all. No. Nobody cares about Gable and Otis now, man. It's a shame. Otis should be a lot more farther along than he is. Gable should have had championships and pay-per-view main events and you name it by now. It's a shame how they have botched Otis and Gable. So what does Hunter do? Throw them in there together, where one of them has to take an L. So stupid. But for this one, Gable defeats Tozawa, refuses to break the hold. I don't know if they end up disqualifying Gable after. That's not in these notes. But the initial match winner is Gable via submission. Refuses to break it. Otis comes out, furthers their rekindled rivalry, I guess. I don't know. Oh, this is a beaut. Oh, it's a beaut, Clark. Wait till you hear this one. So Damian Priest defeats Dominic Mysterio. If it seems like you just saw that match recently, you did. Straight rematch. Not even, I mean, unapologetically a rematch from recently. And there's no explanation. Just go out there, man. Damian, Dominic, do it again. JD McDoogleBurger is dressed as Santa Claus at ringside. Or he's like in the front row or something. Like my thumbnail has him, I think, in the front row. So, I don't... McDoogleBurger, JD McDoogleBurger, is dressed up as Santa Claus. Braun Strowman had to be Santa Claus on Friday night. This is what I mean. You truly want to be a different type of creator. You truly want to drive this wedge and divide between what Vince did and what you do. Start with these stupid gimmicks. Stop putting pumpkins on wrestlers' heads during Halloween. Stop making your wrestlers dress up goofily as Santa Claus when it doesn't make sense, because it's going to make somebody like Braun Strowman look like a goofball. And it's going to make McDoogleBurger look like an idiot. It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody from the Judgment Day be dressed up as Santa Claus? That's slapstick comedy that is going to land McDoogleBurger where? How is that going to benefit McDoogleBurger? Is he supposed to be in disguise? He's going to try to interfere in the match dressed as Santa Claus, because nobody will see a dude dressed as Santa Claus in the front row. And I don't even care. I don't even care to do the research on how this was brought up, right? Maybe there was a reason why he's dressed as Santa Claus. No, the reason is that's what they always want to do. They want to take the holiday and they want to make it as goofy as possible. I am amazed. I am shocked, literally, that there is not a Miracle on 34th Street Christmas street fight or whatever. Like there always is the trick or street fight that Hunter still does to this day. I'm surprised we're not having a Miracle on 34th Street fight. Maybe we will, though, in New York, Chicago, right after Christmas, when everybody's got to hit the road and go right to those big house shows. I bet you'll be having those matchups. I'm not even joking. So they're going to make it a big deal for the house shows. Well, thank goodness. Keep it on the house shows. Get them away from television. Santa Claus. JD McSanta. Dougal Claus. JD McDonuts draws the short stick, and he's got to dress as Santa Claus. So that's 2 this year so far, right? Braun Strowman and McDoogleBurger. We'll see if New York, Chicago, right after Christmas, if those house shows have somebody as Santa Claus as well. We'll see who the final participants are that drew the short straw, and Hunter is making them dress up as Santa Claus. I'm sure that's what they did all that wrestling training for. Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis defeats Miz via DQ when Final Testament interferes and the Wyatts hit the ring for the save. Wow, this is intriguing, man. There's no nitpicking. There's no being negative. BC, do you like any of this show? What is there to like, man? It's taped. Sure, you have to work double time to get people interested in this show. It's not even live. There's no spontaneity. There's no surprises. So you got to work double time, man. You're telling me a Dexter Lumis defeating Miz, that's supposed to bring us all to the yard? That's getting us all pumped up and excited? And then what they have planned is Final Testament will interfere, and then the Wyatts will show up to make the save. Dude, we already saw the payoff 2 weeks ago. We already saw all 8 of these dudes in the ring have a match. Howdy lost clean. Baby powder makes you clean, right? Soap, baby powder. All right. Maybe not clean, but he was clean when he got pinned. I mean, the baby powder, baby powder to the eyes, that'll do it. But the point is, man, Uncle Howdy, he lost. Wyatts lost. That's it. That's the payoff. Everything that happens from here on out, it's just trying to get that W back. If you're going to do it in a fun way, we'll go along for the ride. But if you're not, this is what we're going to get, and this is what we're going to get. Hunter doesn't want to make this creative. He doesn't want to make this fun. So you're going to have interference by Final Testament, and then the Wyatts are going to hit the ring, and they're going to brawl. Another brawl. Oh, this is great, man. This is creative. You know what? Come to think of it, Hunter's cooking. He's really cooking. He really has this creating thing down, man. This Wyatt and Final Testament thing. It's really off to the races. Kofi and Xavier promo. Kofi and Xavier are upset with Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett, so they have a gripe to pick with the commentators. Mama Kofi is in attendance, and Mama Kofi is not happy with Kofi and Xavier. So even Mama Kofi is shaming the New Day. Right? The locker room won't let him in the locker room. Nobody wants to talk with him. Mama Kofi's upset. That might be the best part of the night, actually. You know what? I mean, I was gonna have some fun with that, but I'm like, you know what? That could be their best segment of the night. And the main event is Drew McIntyre defeating Sami Zayn. I was surprised when I read that because Drew just beat Sami at Saturday night's main event. I thought they were just gonna flip some W's and L's, 50-50 book it, and this was just for Sami to lose again. The bootleg bloodline would take out Jey and Sami to end the show. So I don't know if they interfere, maybe there was some trickery, some schmozzery, and that's how Sami lost. But I don't care either, to be honest with you. He loses, and then the bootleg bloodline, because, you know, brand split, right? Oh, no. Their excuse for no brand split is transfer portals. Even though nobody's transferring, they're still SmackDown talent, but we'll just pretend that they're always on Raw. So the bootleg bloodline shows up, takes out Jey and Sami to end the show. We end the show with referees and suits and ties and medical staff, I guess, checking on Sami and Jey. That's how it was written on paper. I don't know if that actually makes the show. So there you go, man. Yeah, bootleg bloodline. They're still trying that loss from Survivor Series. They're still trying to now build bloodline back up, the bootleg bloodline version. They're still trying to make them look badass, dude. They lost. Stop it. They're even down a member actually, and Solo is Solo. Solo is a mid-level talent. He just is. I don't even mind Solo. I think he's improving, by the way. But just thrusting him to the main event just because you chose him isn't going to make him a main event star. You can choose anybody, right? Vince used to do this all the time, and we rejected it. Why? Because it doesn't work. We'll tell you who belongs there. But for some reason, Hunter just does not want to take that under consideration. We told him for a whole year, LA Knight needs this, this, and this. And he said no, no, and no. He waited a whole year just to put the U.S. title on him. Solo. We're like, dude, the dude's a mid-carder. Let him build his way up. No, he's gonna be in the main events now against Cody, and now against Roman, and now against Jonathan Cena. Well, how'd that work out? It didn't. You know, fans are still kind of all right. Wait, put him in the mid-card. If it works out in the mid-card, right, we will let you know. You'll hear the response. You'll hear the reception. The crowd will roar, whether good or bad. You'll hear that noise. And then you can start to promote Solo. It's Wrestling 101, man. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to get too cute. Because you'll only end up self-sabotaging yourself, Hunter. And WWE will not reap the benefits. They will absolutely fall from the detrimental booking that you are producing. Stop. Think about it. Think about what you're doing. Think about who you're booking. A heel versus a face. Maybe go that way. Stop with the heel versus heel, the face versus faces. Stop with all the weird handshakes these days, man. Everybody's got to shake each other's hand. No, it's pro wrestling, bro. It's okay after you lose to just give somebody the finger. And if you're worried about advertiser friendly and family friendly, tell the cameraman to look to the crowd real quick while a quick little finger is delivered to Gunther. Right? Randy can just give Gunther the finger, because if a dude said that about somebody else, like what Gunther said to Randy, right? Gunther called Randy a failure. Your father's a failure. Your grandfather's a failure. And then Randy loses to the dude and shakes his hand. I think reality would say that Randy would flip that dude off and try to RKO him. It's not realistic anymore. That's a whole nother spiel, man. Drew McIntyre ends this show defeating Sami Zayn. And then Sami and Jey Uso get their asses booted by the bootleg bloodline. That is your spoilers for the 23rd of December, Monday Night Raw. That's what I got for you guys, man. I tried to get you in and out in a half an hour. Did I do it? Close? Yeah? All right. Then I'm not going to spend another second yapping away, man. You guys rock out the rest of your Mondays. Try to enjoy Monday Night Raw if you want a good laugh. Was that a good joke? If you're looking for some entertainment, guys, the Packer game is on. Packers Saints. If you're not a big football fan or a football fan at all, join the Packers, man. Join the green and gold. We're always accepting. We always love to have new people jump on board. So become a Green Bay Packer fan tonight. There's no better time to do it. We're catching some momentum. It's a big game tonight. We're right before the playoffs. Let's go. Go Pack, go. I am not taking the holidays off, so if there's any big stories to break or anything comes about that we need to discuss in the pro wrestling world, we will absolutely do it. So stay locked on the channel, subscribed, notified, all of that good stuff. I am not taking the holidays off. So any story breaks, we're going to talk about it. Until next time, and there will be that next time. 44 dive. That's a wrap. Check you. Salute.